mother truckers. Who's in here? I ain't done this stuff in so daggone long I don't forgot how. Where's the old man been? The old man's been right here in this swimming pool and this deck for the past 2.5 weeks, probably 2 weeks. Oh, Miss Lisa Elliott, how you doing, dear? Anything possible? Hope you get feeling a little better, buddy. We've just found out that after we had a birthday party here and had 25 or 26 people for Emmy's birthday, and I'll be daggone if one of my sons didn't call back yesterday afternoon and say, hey, I went to the doctor and I tested positive for COVID. What the fish snatcher? Hmm. Yeah, Matt, I just squirm around in the dirt. Shoot, left my coffee over there. Who wants to come up? Huh? Who wants to come up? Come on, somebody. Come on up here. Get on up here. Let's let the one time parking club. I know it, Murillo. And the thing about it is now they said, well, nobody has to quarantine. What the? It's COVID, man. Everybody's supposed to do that crap on the same time. Looks like Will Green is going to be a nice, pretty soon. Yes, sir. It's going to be a nice. It's going to be the same old body of water, buddy. Either they bite or they ain't. But the parking lot, you'll be a park real good. Who wants to come up here and talk to me this morning? I'm bored as hell. Get out. I got a pot of coffee and a pack of cigarettes and time to kill. Damn, don't get no better than that. Hmm. Got a brand new lawnmower. Had to go buy a new lawnmower. So they cut back on my fishing for the past 2 or 3 weeks. Next 2 or 3 weeks. Shirley T, good morning, dear. How are you? Ryan, you know that place will be overwhelmed the first 2 weeks. Toby has 5 co-workers. Fix this problem right now, y'all. Yeah, I gotta lean way in though. I wasn't supposed to be working. Ah, you're supposed to be. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? Good morning. Shirley T, good morning. How are you guys? Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. I can see to a point. When I put these on from back here, it's blurry. I got to get way up here and read it. So if I do that, it's blurry. I'm just out of luck. I wanted to go fishing today, but them 97-degree temperatures just said ring, ring, a ding, a ding, ding, ding. No way. 93 yesterday, and I lived in that swimming pool right there. Had an adult beverage in the swimming pool. It was just mostly me and Amy and Liana here about all day, so it was a good day. Man, that place, Ryan, is going to be overwhelmed. The kayakers will be out and look like an army lined up down through there for that new kayak ramp they got. Everybody will be wanting to put in on. I ain't done this in a long time, y'all. We fished a tournament last weekend in North Carolina. It was 104. Go fishing. It's not that bad. Yes, it is that bad. It's bad. Bad, bad, bad. Bad, 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 bad. Yada 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 yada. Oh, Lisa, it's good to see you guys again. I just took a major hiatus and Just, I got a lot of crap done around the house. I mean, I still got some more to do. We're tearing up the kitchen floor. We're going to put, it's got hardwood under it. So I'm going to tear this floor up, and hopefully the hardwood's not going to be in bad shape. If it is, I'm just going to put vinyl over top of it. Said, did you come back looking like a sun-dried tomato, RB? I bet he did, didn't he? I know Amy was yesterday after being in that pool. She floated in that pool for like 6 hours. She got up, she would have looked like she'd been dipped in scalded water. Why do you have a hiatus? I said a hiatus. Well, didn't I? Makes me think. Don't question me, Art. Lisa, get on his ass. You closer than I am. Amy gets mad when I do that shit. But I didn't bring an ashtray out here. I'm just bored this morning. Anybody want to come up, talk? God dang, it's bored. Art, missed you too, son. I have. Used like the overly large son I never really had. Wait a minute, I got one of them named Dalton. 6'2", 320. Yep, got one. Yeah. Whoo, mercy, y'all. Somebody got to talk about something, dang it. I'm super duper bored and don't know what to do. Tristan's doing good, buddy. He's getting down to the final days. September 19th. Gonna roll around quick on him. And he ain't hit a lick at nothing but that Xbox. Oh, I love you too, son. I used to have to really, really work on that pool to keep the bugs out, because you know how gnats are and not fleas. God dang. We ain't no fleas around here. But gnats and flies and stuff get on top of the pool. And I was all constantly. And so I finally looked it up like a big dummy. It took me 3 years. And they have a skimmer that you can buy for these round pools that hangs on the side. It's not built into the pool. It was only like $25 on Amazon. Let me tell you what, that makes life a lot easier. Sure enough does. Somebody need to let Buckman know before he gets all ticked off and wants to come down here and whoop my ass. They want to sweat on me and stuff. Could taste of Juan Valdez coffee. Come on, y'all. Somebody talk about something. I was going to use my phone over there as a camera and Liana's iPad to chit chat on, so I could have it up close and read everything really good and neat and nice and neat. No, sir. It's one of those Coleman 20-foot by 4-foot deep, vinyl wall pools. 20-foot round, 48 inches deep. It only comes with a cheap little old pump, and filters cost you out the yin yang. And so we've been contemplating that if the pool lasts the winter, then I will put a sand filter in it, because you can buy them and they work a lot better. They're a little bit stronger pump too. So, but the cost of filters for this type right here, man, we could have done bought a sand filter. I mean, it's ridiculous. You get 2 of them off Amazon for I think $12 most of the time. And you find $9 every now and then, but most of the time it's a 2-pack's $12, and that's about a week. Art, everybody seems to be doing really good. Emmy turned 2 yesterday. My gosh, son. We had probably 25 or 30 kids here. We had a 20-foot tall bounce house in the front yard that had a waterfall and a pool on it. You ought to seen that young, and she ain't scared of nothing. I know it, Catfish Dog. I've put it off and put it off and put it off. But these pools are only like $700, and you know as well as I do, they don't last forever. There's half the distance of a metal wall pool or something like that. But I figure if I can get 3 years out of it, I'll do good. So next year I'm going to try to focus on putting a sand filter in it. And Kevin Fishes, how's the fishing down at Lake Barkley? That's what I'm asking. I know it, Lisa. It blows my freaking mind. They bought her a tricycle for her birthday. And I usually just get up and go step out on the porch, and smoke a cigarette. I don't smoke in the house, and I try not to smoke around her or nothing like that. So unless I'm out here on the deck or something, I'll smoke. But I was getting ready to get up. She seen me grab my cigarettes and lighter off the table. And she come around the corner, stuck her head around the corner like, Papa, can Emmy come outside too? Oh, that just breaks your heart. Well, I've been wanting to go down to the Tennessee River and fish for a while now. I put it off. We had plans of going the 15th, and we put them off. But a buddy of mine went down there, and he said the freaking wind blowed so hard. He said it was a constant 15 to 20 mile an hour wind for the 2 days he was down there. He said, I'm telling you, he said, and it was going against the current, which white capped everything. And I think they only caught 17 fish in 2 days. The biggest one being like 43 pounds or something like that. Usually 17 fish is like 4 hours. I mean, at Watts Bar, I've come to realize over the time that I've been going down there and fishing and stuff that the size of the fish is a lot less than if you went to Nickajack or if you go right below the dam. But if you're up there where we go at Tom Fuller around Thief Neck Island, you catch a lot of quantity of fish. I would say an average of 7, 8, 14 pound, 15 pound. You catch a lot of them that size. But very few times you may catch on a 2-day trip 1, 2 fish over 30 pounds. But it's fun. I mean, just, we go up there and we camp on Thief Neck Island, and it's free camping. We load up the boat and take off and go down there and hang out and fish and get out and sit around and cook out. Just, Yeah, Catfish Dog, I do believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. Where's my daggone fly swatter? But it's still fun to go up there and just hang out and just, we will catch more fish there than we do here. And the little lake that I fish here has been closed for the past 2 months, and it's got another 2 or 3 weeks before they open it back up. And actually, a man might be able to go out there at night and not be a lot of people. It's probably a better time anyway, because it's September, night fishing's really, maybe I do better at nighttime anyway, around this time of year. Seems like. Well, hello, Cody, son. I've been waiting on you. I need you, sir. I need you. I'm going to post a link just for you, Cody. How did I do this? I go invite. I copy that. X that. Then I'll go present. No, oh, no. Oh, I'll go over here and paste it. Let's see if that'll work. By George, it might work. I don't know. I can't remember how to do it, Cody. But we enjoy going down there and just for camaraderie of being around, you know. I started coming down Barron River this weekend, Cody. We really did. But then I got thinking, you know, it's a 2 hour drive to there. It's 2.5 hour drive to Watts Bar. It's an hour and a half to Taylorsville. It's 2 hours to the Ohio River. I mean, either way I go, I've got almost a 2 hour drive anywhere for any type of better fishing than what I've got around here. We got some good deer hunting, but we ain't got no damn fishing. I seen where I didn't fish the other day or something like that. There he is. I love my Bobby.
What's up?
See, buddy.
Oh, how's it going?
Man, we getting by up here, man. Surviving this heat wave.
I heard that. Right when I clicked the link, I heard you say Barron, but I didn't hear anything after it because it diverted me to the website.
We were thinking about coming down to Barron this past weekend, but I've been reading Facebook between what y'all say and what Ethan says, and ain't nobody catching no fish nowhere.
No. I mean, there's a. Well, Jim McGowan, actually, last day he went out, he didn't catch any, but he's been catching some. But he fishes a little different than most of us fish. He likes fishing those log jams and stuff at night, structure at night. It ain't my style of fishing, but I haven't been catching much of nothing. We'll catch a few here and there on each trip out, but like far as like consistently getting on a good fish every trip or something. It's a rough time of year. I mean,
I went last weekend. I went to Taylorsville, and
Ronnie said they've been on them.
Well, I fished the way I would normally fish, and where I thought I was marking fish, you know, I was putting my baits down that far, pulling boards, and I wasn't catching anything. So finally, I broke down and I caught him. I said, Ronnie, y'all been catching fish. What the hell y'all been doing up here to catch fish? Because I've been up here for 6 hours and I ain't got a bite. He's like, man, raise your baits up about 10 foot deep no matter where you're at. I did that. Within 15 minutes, I had 2 in the boat. By then, though, I was ready to go home because I've been out all night, you know.
That's last time we went out on J-Dog Stream the other night and went out in the evening. I hate fishing in the evening, but he asked me to go on the stream, so I did. I hadn't been on YouTube in a long time. We set our baits at about 8 to 10 foot and suspended them, you know. I mean, you got thermocline, it's hot. These fish are up trying to find the most comfortable water, but we still didn't get a bite. Ronnie, I talked to him the other day. He's wanting to come fish Barron.
Yeah, I thought he was coming down. He said something about coming down this weekend. I don't know. Something happened. I guess the weather changed, didn't it?
Well, we fished Saturday evening. I told him he'd get in the boat with us one day if he wants, but I got to wait on a Saturday morning I can. Right now it's football season, so Saturdays I'm all day with football for the most part. We went out. We had lines in the water for 2 hours the other night, and then we left. We just long enough to get on J-Dog Stream for a little bit and head home.
Yeah. That's my grandson. He's playing league football in town, and this is his first year playing, and, man, they made him a starter. He's a pretty good sizable chunk, you know. He's a hefty little boy, but he's healthy as he could be, and so they made him a lineman, and he's like, Papa, I love this. He said, this is awesome. And he went to like 4 practices and then a scrimmage, and he broke his arm.
Oh, thanks. That's all. He gonna be all right?
Oh yeah, but he's like, Papa, I'm going back every time, no matter what. He said, if I just got to stand on the sideline. Hello, Christy. How are you?
Which my boy's been playing travel ball, and now county ball started, so they play county ball. They're pretty good athletes. They but they put a lot of work into it. It takes a lot of work for them. They're both naturally clumsy, so it takes a lot of work, But they're good. They play pretty well. Heck, a quarter of the team is me and my little boy, my little brother's kids. The whole team's got paint on them. I don't know. I think we got a pretty good chance of not losing a single game this year. So
That's a good deal, man.
we got a good little team.
Well, he started playing league ball. Now he went to first. He's a sixth grader now, so now he's middle school. So he's on the middle school team. But I told him, I said, Nathan, I said, it won't do nothing but help you. The more time that you're around them, and the more time, because most of the people on this travel team go to the middle school at that age,
Yeah.
I said, you can't do nothing but help you learn. I said, that's the best thing you can do is listen and learn.
It's hard for a kid to go into middle school and just start playing school ball. School ball starts 7th grade, 7th grade team, 8th grade team, then you got JV and varsity. It's hard for them to just because there's kids that have been doing it since flag. Even my kids had a learning curve at the level they're just what they're doing because they didn't play the first year of mini and they didn't play flag. But they also play in Bowling Green. They travel. We Indiana. We've been all over playing football all summer. So I mean that helps. That they've gotten more reps in than a lot of kids this year. But
well, I was.
Oh, he's cutting out. It might be me. I don't know. I think Leroy froze. Somebody in chat, let me know. Is Leroy froze or am I froze?
We both were.
Oh, we both was?
Yeah.
Look here. Now, here's one you ain't seen in a while. Look how big this dang mutt's got.
God almighty.
Hey.
Boy, you say there.
Come here, Barry.
Cody, I got a question since you're a smart man. What's the deal with the thermocline? Because we were sitting in 18 foot of water and throwing back into about 25, 30, and we still caught fish.
Are you fishing in a river?
Deep freeze?
Huh?
Are you fishing in a river?
No, we weren't in the river. We were in we was at Hoover Reservoir.
Do they have current?
No, it does not have current. It's got an undertow, but that's it.
Well, that's
probably enough. It's got to be still water.
Yeah, I mean, thermocline's just from the heat. The water gets hot on top, and then it's colder down bottom, and it doesn't create dissolved oxygen. So you'll get a lack of dissolved oxygen. On Barron, it's typically 14, 15 foot down. Like, all right, so you'll be at like the first 8 foot will be like 8% dissolved oxygen. Great. Okay. The next 2 or 3 feet will hit a gradient from 7 to 5. And then like from 12 to 15 will be like 3-4% dissolved oxygen, maybe 2%. Below 15, you're like 0.2% dissolved oxygen. Now, you can catch fish in those areas. Fish will not be in that area. But if you drop a bait down there, a scent trail floats up or something, the fish above it smells it. He might dive down and grab him a piece of bait because dying bait's going to fall to the bottom whether there's dissolved oxygen there or not. But it's not where you want to target fish because just because a fish will dive down into it and grabbing something doesn't mean that's where they're spending the majority of their time. I would rather have my baits either in the shallow area or suspended, like Lee does all the time, suspended above the thermocline. So you want to be where the fish are spending the majority of the time, where they're traveling through, where they're feeding at, and below the thermocline is not it.
If you'll look on your fish finder, even if you don't see a thermocline, you may not have your settings enough to where you can see it. you'll still see most of the fish will be in a certain column of water. Me personally, I do it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's simple for me to think first 5 feet's number 1, 5 to 10 feet's number 2, until I reach the bottom. And then I look on my fish finder and I say, well, most of the fish is in number 2. Then I look over at my depth and I see where that's at. Then I start adjusting my gain and my brightness till I see that thermocline, and then you'll know. But if you're throwing up against a bank, I don't think the thermocline makes a difference. You're throwing up against the bank because your boat might be sitting in 25 feet of water, but you throw toward the bank, it might be 12, 13 feet over there.
It just depends. It's all on the depth. A lot of times I'm still fishing stuff that's shallower than what the thermocline is because I'm fishing early morning. So you get some moonlight at night. The shad will go up in these shallow flats because there's also vegetation stuff that's blowing off the bank, decay, and it creates algae blooms, all the stuff that the shad eats, phytoplankton, things like that. So the shad will go up there in those flats at night. It's shallow enough you don't have to worry about the thermocline. So I'm fishing there early morning. But then once you get on up in the day and the sun's up, that water gets too hot. Nothing wants to be in that water. So you've got to move offshore, start suspending over the deeper water that has a lower temperature. But you got to suspend because they're not going to be down below the thermocline. Time of right now,
the water.
Summertime, the time of day matters, changes what you're doing a ton. In the winter, it doesn't make as big it makes a difference in the winter too because it's exact opposite. On up in the day, they'll be in the shallows. You can catch fish any time of day, but it just might change where you fish.
If you watch most of these YouTubers that are fishing, during they got these lives or whatever, or videos out when they're fishing, note what time they on the water if they're catching fish, because majority of the time that's going to be nationwide. I think morning time or late in the evening.
So what you're saying is the water has to get to a certain temperature before you do get a thermocline.
Right, and it has to be still, because if you've got any kind of current stirring the water up, then it's going to stir the water that would be on top into the water at the bottom and creates dissolved oxygen throughout the whole water column. But if the water has no current, it's just sitting there and it's static water, stagnant water, whatever you want to call it, then there's nothing to churn that water up, and you'll get a thermocline.
Right.
That's why you don't hear anybody in a river complain about it. It doesn't exist in a river. It's something you're only going to see in a lake. You're not going to see it in every lake, but under the right conditions, it's something we deal with every year.
But see, and also like Cody's got.
I know the water was only reading 78.
Y'all's water's only 78.
Yeah, it was only 78 Saturday.
Our water at night with no sun is 85.
Yeah.
You're farther south.
It's summertime all over, buddy.
Yeah, but it's not that hot up here yet, but it's about to get hot, and I tell you that.
Oh. Now, me personally, I like fishing the thermocline. I mean, it narrows it down. It helps you.
Here's my thing. What are you worried about it, Eric? Y'all been killing it.
Mm-hmm.
We try. I mean, we can only do what we can do,
You had one bad trip and you're worried about thermocline.
Yeah, one bad trip with the boat trailer and the boat fell in the water and Curtis floating away, scared to death.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you get that on video?
No, we weren't on video.
Hey.
Who let y'all boys have a boat? I don't know. Y'all too dangerous.
The great J-Dog. The great J-Dog sold us a boat, just like he did Lee and Kelly.
Oh, good morning, everybody. But I don't know. I suck at summertime fishing. I suck at fishing, but I hate fishing in the summer. We catch fish, but nah, I don't enjoy it.
We only ended up with 7. The biggest one was that 22 we caught.
You know, where was he at this time last year? This time last year, you wouldn't even hardly catching fish. Now he's saying we only ended up with 7. I'd take 7 any day of the week.
Yeah. Curtis.
I want more than 7. I want about 17.
Eric, look, you can't let it. I tell you what, you'll ruin it for yourself because I've done it. I've about done it to myself. Look here, you'll get to the point where you're doing good, you've done well, and you don't appreciate the fish you're catching, and it makes fishing not as fun. You know, like I've got to a point like I don't want to take a picture of a 30-pound fish. I don't care. You know, like I'm happy I caught it, but like I feel like I'm not impressed by it anymore, and it's taking some of the fun out of it because I'm not allowing myself to be happy for the small victories. Fishing is meant to be fun. Go out, be happy for every fish you catch, or else you'll find yourself.
I'm just happy to be out there. You know, I only get out be out on the weekends. You know, I don't get to fish all week. Some people.
He wants to hear the story about Curtis.
Oh, okay. Well, Eric, we go down to J Dogs. We pick up the boat from J Dogs. You know where he lives, and you know we live in Lancaster. It's about a 3-hour drive. We go down there, pick it up. Next morning, we wake up and go drive up to West Royal, which is about 45 minutes. Go out, play on the boat. Can't get the boat motor started. And that guy that never lost anchors, that's a lie, because I lost my never lost anchor. Got jammed up and wouldn't come up. Couldn't get the motor started. And then we get back to the boat ramp, and I go to pull the boat out of the water, and the trailer's got one of them extended pipes where you can extend the tongue of it, I think is what it's called. And there's supposed to be a pin that goes through there. There wasn't no pin. And we drove it all the way from J Dog's house to our house with no pin in it.
Oh, geez.
And it does not have the chains hook onto your car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're pulling the boat out of the boat ramp, and it comes apart. The rust, I guess, held it together for that long. I don't see how, but whatever. And it floated on. Thank God I had the trailer hooked to the boat because I was going to pull up, and that's when it came off and rolled back into the water with Curtis on it. Curtis thought it was going to sink. But we're sitting there, you know, I have to run down the boat ramp. He throws me a rope, and I have to pull the boat up by hand, boat and trailer, which is heavier than, you know. I pull it up close enough where I can get I take the pin, the pipe that's hanging off the truck. I take it off. I put it on there. I couldn't find my hammer. So the ranger comes up, and thank God he had a hammer, but he didn't want to do anything. He just wanted to make sure we were licensed and everything was, you know, we had all our stuff we were supposed to have. So I ended up getting that on there. I found one of the old cotter pins in one of the pockets of my truck. So I slammed it down in one of them holes. It was a nightmare Sunday before last.
I'd have loved to have been a fly on the wall, boy.
Oh, Curtis, I felt bad for Curtis because I mean he was shaking and everything. He was scared.
John Small.
And I don't blame him, you know.
Uncle Lou, good morning. Live in Minnesota. Good morning. Oh my gosh! But hey, you got, you know, the pin might have bounced out. You know, it might have.
Well, I got
bounced out.
I got the pin in it, and then I got because it's got that little small hole, you know, a little tiny hole, and I got a pin shoved through it. Well, actually, it's a piece of coat hanger and it's wrapped around, so it ain't falling out now.
It might.
Hey, I seriously doubt it. It's going to take a lot for it to fall out.
Go up there. The pins are like $2 and something. Buy you a pin.
Well, I'm just grateful that it did not happen on our way home or on our way up to the lake. You know, I would not be wanting to drive and then see the boat going that way. You know, it's one of those things. You know.
That's why you do a safety check before you take off.
Yeah. I'm still new at this. This is the first pontoon boat I have. This is only the second boat I've ever had.
You think a feller that drives for a living.
Cody, you don't even like my driving. You say I'm in the fast lane, and you say I shouldn't be.
You can't drive worth a lick. You're over here. You're letting people have to pass you on your right side. You're in the left lane going 20 mile an hour in a 55.
I wasn't going 20. I was going 55. I go to speed limit.
We call that the fast lane. That's more than 55.
Huh? I'm GPS monitored. I can't go over the speed limit.
Well,
Trust
that's
me,
fine.
I would.
Well, then stay in your lane. The slow lane. You paid by the hour, right?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
I ain't in no hurry.
I'd be doing 50 everywhere I went.
But looks like y'all are going to have a good time on the boat, so I'm happy for you.
How far is it
Yeah.
from the house to y'all's boat ramp?
About 45 minutes.
Make sure you grease them axles and bearings up.
Yeah, I got to do that this week. I got to get new tires. I already got the chain, and I got to drill a hole and put them chains on there.
And
I'm
take
also
the coat hanger out.
Well, by law, you're supposed to have those chains on there. Down here, I
They
mean,
wasn't on there.
were.
They're going to be on there before next weekend. I know that.
Who was it last year had their hitch come loose? Wasn't it Mark?
I don't know.
I think he had a hitch come loose last year. Bounced off the boat or something.
Worst I've done is I've left the plug out twice. And then once I forgot to take the straps off the back of the boat and backed her down in there, and no trailer come up floating with the boat. Why is this trailer floating?
The laws are just suggestions anyway. Well, that's a suggestion you need to uphold. Safety chain. I always do is make sure my straps and my safety chain. You got a safety chain on it? Or you just got the one strap to the front of the tune to the trailer?
No, there's not one of them either, like you told us. That's another thing I'm going to do is get the safety chain that goes from the trailer to the boat.
Yeah, because if that seatbelt tile strap breaks,
Yep.
you know.
I know. That's what you told us about the little blue boat.
Oh, that's the but you know, that's the best thing about having a newer model boat and trailers. Like Dad's trailer has the third clip you clip on. It's got the two safety chains, and then it's got a third wire you clip on. And if it breaks free and jerks that, it locks the brakes up on the trailer, so that your trailer don't go anywhere.
Well, that's trailers with brakes. Some of them don't even have brakes.
Most new model ones do, though.
Mine did have them at one time, but over the years, they just, when I put that new axle and all that stuff in the rear end in it, I just got everything.
You didn't put any of that back.
You lucky. Hey, it took me I put the leaf springs on upside down there for months. Like an idiot.
You rewired the plug 14 times.
You was here. I mean, you was watching. Now I still don't have turn signals. I got brake lights and tail lights, but I still don't have turn signals.
Well, you didn't have brake.
Brand new lights on the back. I just put on brand new lights. Put on like a month ago, and still don't have turn signals.
I have a fuse out.
No, he's just the one that wired them up.
Yeah, that's the issue right there.
Yeah. Lee's got a fuse out. The trailer ain't.
shoot, son, you ought to see it now. I put me a LED strip across the back. And I was like, when I ordered it, I didn't realize that it came in as a USB port. I was like, these damn boats don't have USB ports back here. So I wired it up with an old 10-foot long drop cord with a USB port back there. Got it run up to the front.
Does it work?
Oh, yeah, it worked, but I ain't had it out since I put it on there. I ain't had the boat out. That's since I went to Taylorsville. That's probably one time, 2 weeks. Hook says each trailer and each semi-trailer which is not connected to a commercial tractor by means of a fifth wheel shall be coupled with stay chains and cables to the vehicle by which it is being drawn. Correctamundo. I use that signal right there. Turn to left, turning right. You know what kind of signal I get back, Eric?
You're telling you you're number one.
Well, it's about time for me to get up off my tail. I done finished my breakfast here.
What'd you have, a bowl of cornflakes?
Corn chips. I had leftovers from last night, and I ate chili Frito pie last night, and that's what I had for breakfast. Leftovers. All right, I'll tune in and watch you tomorrow morning, Leroy.
May not, may be. I don't know. If you'll come up, I might.
I gotta let these dogs out, and I gotta head to the gym so I can go do some stuff for the day.
That's the video we want to see.
What's that?
Cody in the gym.
Yeah.
It'll be on my OnlyFans account. Y'all just come on.
Patreon. You got a Patreon.
Oh, yeah. I want to see how Cody runs on the treadmill.
Yeah,
Well,
I think not only where you can do stuff and nobody can say nothing about it.
I messed my knee up where I couldn't hardly walk at the beginning of the year on the treadmill. Oh well. Say bye to them, dogs. Say adios.
Bye. I keep reading it. Eric, you will get the hang of it. I had just advice from most tubers that helped me learn how to load and unload my tune. They all answered every question I had. That's right, you know.
Yeah. It takes getting used to. I mean, especially when you're new at it, you don't know, you know.
I got brake lights, Eric. I mean, Matt, I got brake lights and tail lights. I just don't have turn signals. I cannot figure it out. So I figured, well, I'll say this. I ain't trying to figure it out. Our cables are changed. It's all to me, as long as it keeps that son of a gun from coming off the trailer and going down the road.
Yeah, it really severely hurt somebody.
I live in Minnesota. So that he's been Cody's OnlyFans worth of money. He said, and I've been a part. He said, I've been a happy customer for 3 months. Yeah, it'll happen, man. You'll figure it out. I mean, and you'll keep adding stuff and taking away stuff, changing stuff to better your liking. You know, you'll move your rods around. You'll move everything around.
I enjoy it. More room on the boat, more room on the pontoon boat. I can stretch out and take a nap if I need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one good thing about it.
That way I'm not tired driving back home.
I do that in that tractor right there, son. I'll get back. I got a mat I keep rolled up, stored under the seat. If I get sleepy, shoot. Throw the anchors out, turn the lights on, and snore away, buddy.
Yep, I was doing it Saturday. Everybody on panel was trying to get Curtis to turn the camera on me.
Uh,
I enjoyed myself. I had
Uncle
a good
Lester,
time.
catching any fish up there? I know it's thawed out in this heat wave. Or the wildfire smokes run y'all out. Shoot, they had hurricanes in California and then they had an earthquake all one time, same time.
Yep. World's going to print.
We got a Army depot that's probably from where they detonate all the explosives and stuff like that underground. They detonate old ammo and stuff like that and bombs and stuff. It's probably about 4 miles from my house as the crow flies. Well, they's doing some detonations Saturday. And they're so big that when they would go off, the pool water would go.
Well, where they make that stuff at, I don't know, it's Athens, Ohio, I think. And I used to have a stop in MacArthur. You could hear it every morning. Boom, boom, because they're testing it.
Yeah, man, it's an ammo depot. They had one of them incinerators where they transferred all that nerve gas from Tule, Arizona, or Utah, or whatever it was out there. They got rid of it. Minnesota, we're supposed to reach 97 today. I think we already up to about 80.
Yeah, Ryan Hall said we're supposed to have a heat wave. Got a heat dome or whatever it is, he said.
Well, they said the heat index is going to get up to about 104 or something like that.
Yep. My air conditioner is going to be cranking.
He said they got one in Ravenna, Ohio, too, Eric.
Where is it? Benton County. Gross. It's probably what I'm talking about, one in Benton County. And here in MacArthur. Grease. It's weird. I don't have chat up, so I can't see what everybody's saying.
I still got that Metronet service, and when I'm out here on the back porch, it sucks. I walk in, I got super fast speed. I'm not dreaming about cold and ice on the lakes, Minnesota. Nope, negative. Halo. I don't know if I'm considered a Southern or not, but we don't like it either. Heat. He said this Trumbull County. You know where Trumbull County is at?
No, I know there's one in Benton County. Pretty sure it's Benton. Right out there. You can hear it when you're at MacArthur. When I'm at Bob's at MacArthur. But I don't have that stop nowhere. Thank God I don't have that stop.
Back when they started building that incinerator in the late 2000s, we owned a house that was probably about a mile from the front gates of that ammo depot, Army depot. And when they would detonate stuff off then, they still done it back then. The pictures on the wall would shake. Man, there was people complaining of having foundations cracked, brick cracks, sidewalks cracked. And when they started building that incinerator, man, the housing prices went up around here because they were going to employ like 2,000 people for like 10 to 15 years. Do that place. And there was a lot of people coming in this country And in 1 year, my house went from 165,000 to 210,000 in value. And I had owned it for like 5 or 6 years, and so I was like, "Oh, you know what? It's time to go." So I sold it. Got out of debt. 1 year later, right back in debt. Man, we went from 25, 26 people down to 18. What's up with that, Eric? There you go. I'm fly killing machine down here, buddy.
Yeah, be glad I ain't wearing my glasses that I had on Saturday. People said I look like a fly.
Well, those right there kind of remind me of a fly.
Well, these ones they go all the way down to my chin. It's all sunglasses.
Damn.
I left them in the boat. Hey, they protect me from eating mayflies. I ain't even wear them at night when we got the lights on. I don't want to eat no bugs. But I'm going to eat them regardless because, you know how they say bugs are in every food, all your food.
Oh, yeah. Emmy went to the doctor today for a 2-year checkup. 24 pounds, 34 inches tall. And she's lighter than she was at the doctor's appointment. But she's getting taller. Good Lord, she grew an inch. Oh,
Man, I remember when she was just a baby and you were trying to set up her playpen. That was hilarious.
is that bottle of peroxide?
Man.
There ain't no peroxide here, buddy. That back there's tiki torch. The only thing that helps my itch, Lou, is when you reach over and scratch it. Man, it feels so good. Oh, man, I probably should have went fishing today.
Did they ever get your boat ramp fixed yet?
No, it'll be September before they get done with that. That guy's been putting videos out. There's a guy that basically he just lives around there, and he goes down. He does the trash cans. That way, the county don't have to send nobody. He said, scratch it with a cactus. But he does little videos on the Will Green Facebook page and lets people know what's up with, how it's going and the progress they made.
Are they going to redesign that where it goes straight into the water, not along the side of it?
No, the ramp now, when you start backing down the ramp, it turns and goes out this way, and you got starts out about a 4 foot, then it goes down to about 8 foot section of concrete drainage ditch they put in with a curb to keep you away from the wall. And they filled all this in with humongous rocks on the right hand side, and they got new concrete slabs they done pushed in, and they're already like 2 of them out of the water. So I think they ain't got but like 1 more to pour before they start putting the blacktop and stuff in. And they done got the gravel in the parking lot packed down and level, and they're doing it pretty good.
That's a weird way to have a boat ramp.
Man, that thing was put in the 50s.
Plus, it's in Kentucky, so all them Kentucky people are weird.
Back in that little bitty old lake, nobody had anything around here more than John boats that we put in,
Yeah.
Also have this, Lou. That's some good stuff, son. That keeps the skaters off of you. Well, it ain't turned now. It wouldn't turn then, Matt. It went straight back. It was just narrow and right up against a cliff. I mean, you can ask Eric and Chris and all of them. You didn't have what, a foot and a half from the rocks.
Yep.
And it was only like a wide enough a boat, a truck, and it dropped off over here in the water. It was 10 foot deep. So now they just moved the whole parking lot. They didn't move the whole parking lot. They just kind of angled the boat ramp out toward the lake a little bit by 8 or 10 feet and widened it out and made a 14-foot wide ramp. And in the first 2 weeks of that place, it's going to be madhouse, boys. I'm telling you. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Now, Lou, it'll be finished. They said, well, basically all they like is about a 50-foot long piece of curb, which they done got dug out and half framed up, and blacktopping the parking lot, putting in the aluminum dock, which is there. They got about 2 weeks worth of work, I figure, unless they get on the ball. And they got the weather to do it, so they really made good time.
Yeah, it's supposed to be hot and warm for the next couple of weeks.
They took a bunch of trees out of them around from that big cliff where you parked that up against up there. They cut a bunch of trees out of there, and basically you can extend right back up into that cliff now. I ain't gonna park over there because I don't want no big boulder falling off that cliff, crushing my trailer or truck.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, I've been sitting there talking at the ramp, and I've seen a rock fall. It was probably as big around as a sofa, a recliner anyway. They've been cleaning it all up, and I think they're going to have, I think they said like 38 boat and truck parking, and they're going to have like 10 or 15 car and truck parking. And there ain't no way that lake can hold that many people.
That's the only boat ramp on that lake, ain't it?
Yeah. And I just seen that the Fish and Wildlife updated this thing, and they're saying the lake now is like 148 acres. It used to be 180. I was like, where did they lose 40 acres to? Was somebody just that bad at calculating acreage back in the day? No, it's still idle only. You can't. It's idle speed only. That's what That's why the kayakers like it so much. Matt, I was going to tell J Dog about it too. There's a guy right up the road from here, and he's got this tracker boat. It looks like about an 80s model Pro 17 or 16 Pro 16 or something like that. And he's got it for sale. It was back in the weeds for the longest time, just sat back there. I mean, I don't know nothing about the motor or nothing. The boat still looks good. And he's got it for sale out in the front yard. And then he's got a fiberglass boat sitting out in the front yard. Well, Ernie Brown. Yeah, Uncle Lou, that's the savior of it when they say idle speed only. But I'm going to tell you what, there's some dummies come out there, though, that do not read signs. And son, they come around that bend wide open, 225 horsepower cranking.
Yep, our reservoir's 9.9 lake reservoir.
but the majority of the people, they are all, they obey it. The only thing I wish they would change is if they would allow us to cast net it. Because there's so many freaking shad in there. I'm talking. Yeah, catfish dog, it's not bad. I mean, it kind of makes people respect the water more when they're going out through there. You're fishing, or and you're anchored up, or if you're pulling boards, they pretty much go way around you. With Tom L.G. Bass, good morning, sir. Good morning. I can't wait to go out there at night and just anchor up again. Because, man, 15 minutes from home, and then the opportunity's there to catch big fish. I mean, there's some big fish in there. Your average fish you catch out there is in the 20s. So, I mean, it's good fishing. It's just the last time I think I was out there was 5 boats, including me. I made the 5th one that was pulling boards. And I usually only pull majority of the time 2 on each side, sometimes 3. But then you look up and here comes somebody pulling 6 on each side, and the person behind them got 8 on each side. I'm telling you, 8 boards on each side, 16 boards out. I'm like, man, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But my God, the opportunity to be tangled up is just way too great. Yeah, it's close, 15 minutes from home. I can be there, I can be in the water and out of the water and home in 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's not very far away from your house.
And DoorDash comes down there too. You could DoorDash a pizza right to the boat ramp. Yep. Only a mile and a half down, Well, Matt, I think it's a little overkill too, but if you start out doing that, it's all right. Then you notice more boats on the water. Don't take up 3/4 of the lake where nobody can pass you. Louie does. You've been out there and seen that lake, and you see how far. I run 3 on each side, and I try to keep them as far away from the boat as I can because I personally feel like boats will put a little fear in some fish, maybe not all. But if your bait's away from the boat, then I think you got a better chance. No, Minnesota, that boy makes his own. I have Uncle Lou boards, and I have no problem with them. The only issue I have is my fault. I use too big a clip to clip onto the line. And when I break it off, it wants to slide over my sinkers and slide down, to where your bait's at. I don't like that. I've changed all of them out but 1 or 2. And they didn't come like that. I mean, Lou lets you put your own clip on them 90% of the time. So, I should say 100% of the time. I don't know. I don't know what y'all got or what he's done, but it just helped me out. Put a smaller clip on. Yeah, catfish dog, I think so too. I mean, but in that thermocline, I suspend them down right off the side of the boat, just whatever the length. It's a 7'6" rod, and it's probably 7 foot out there, 6 foot deep. You catch fish right there. So you barely just drifting with whatever wind current, mostly wind it is pushing you. And I just use a trolling motor to keep me going straight. I busted his ass too. Matt, if he runs over my board, I'm gonna chase his ass down and ram his boat.
Well, I keep Roman candles with me.
I keep a 9mm with me.
I keep them on the boat. Plus, they're good for like if you have problems and they say to keep a flare gun or whistle and all that on there.
Well, don't you keep a flare gun and a whistle? Well, it ain't a flare gun. You don't have to have a flare gun.
It's not required, but they would like you to have a flare gun.
Hell, if I was to shoot off Roman candles, they'd think I'm just shooting off fireworks. Leave me alone. Yeah, dog, that's the way I do it. I just drift and, every night keep the trolling motor. Most of the time I set that cruise control and hit the north button and just barely moving. Just sitting out there chillaxing, hoping for a bite. I'd have paid more than paid him a visit. He'd run over my damn planer board, especially me on a kayak. If he done it on accident and, there's 2 or 3 boats coming and he ain't got nowhere to go, I've seen that happen, But I'd rather him go by at full speed than I would go by real slow. Because at full speed, the wake is a lot less than what it is when they're going by real slow. Unless it's a gargantuous. What the heck is that up there? Garbage. Now, I went up the Ohio River here a while back. My gosh, son. I made the mistake going when there was a Cincinnati Reds ball game. And we just missed the fireworks. Well, we basically got to see the fireworks as we were coming down. As I come out of the Licking River and turned out into the Ohio, I was like, oh, my God. There was probably 150 boats there. I know J-Dog had said it before, I was like, oh, my God. Where can we go to get out of this? Well, let's go up here behind this big bridge pylon. They have to go around that, so they'll go around us.
Yeah.
Here they come. Right, fireworks. I look like a...
J-Dog says not to go fishing on the Ohio River on the weekends. All them pleasure boaters out there. And then you got the, whatever that maiden lady boat is, they're partying out there, paddle boat or whatever it is. Crazy. 2 barges are.
Well, you stay away from the barge lane. I mean, it's marked on your fish finder where the barge lane is, and you'll see this. So,
Yeah, it's just different, when you're used to fishing a lake or reservoir and then going down the Ohio and seeing them big, huge barges. It's like, wow, my boat's teeny tiny compared to that.
And half the time out there, the barges don't make as bad a wake as them wake boats and them big yachts that come through. The yachts come through and they're 36 feet long and 10 foot wide and just half throttle. Just in front of the boat, just making a wave about 4 foot high.
Yeah, poor Chad was out there Saturday. He was getting rocked.
It kind of freaks you out when you look at the back of your boat and the wave come over the back and go in that area and behind your boat. That's got to have a name. What is that name called? It's not. I know the stern is the back of the boat. What's that area?
The transom?
Between the transom and where the boat starts. What is that little area called? If water comes in, it drains out.
I have no clue what that's called. I know what you're talking about.
Uncle Lou said, I seen a pontoon here yesterday afternoon on the river, and they were selling tacos.
Did you say pontoon boat was selling tacos?
It was.
Hey, they're making gas money.
He's wanting to do another one and do pizzas. Well,
Both kinds of gas.
We DoorDash a little Caesar's pizza down there or something. You're gonna cause me to look that up, and I don't know what that area is called.
Yeah, it's like a little tub, and then it's got that hole that goes out back to.
Well, I guess it's just called the Transom area. Understanding the anatomy of your boat. I think everybody ought to look at it. Mine don't have a galley. Transom. Splash whale. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, it's a splash whale. Hey, when you got a 3-foot wave come over the back and hit that and fills that up and water comes over that and gets onto the back of the boat where you're standing to get your feet wet, you know you got a big wave come through. Boat raise up like it. Woof, woof. Splash whale. That's what the word I was thinking.
Don't have to worry about that pontoon.
Hey, don't think like that. Ask J-Do. Turn into
Yeah, I know. You guys had to run to the back of a boat.
Hey, that pontoon went. Water come all the way up to about right here, and he backed it back out. He thought it reversed, backed it back out, and it set down. The whole motor come out of the water and set back down.
It's crazy.
We was going, you mother trucker!
Be glad Sambo wasn't on the boat.
Hey, it wouldn't have made no difference. That guy never slowed down. I don't believe I'd have been running up the Licking River at night in the dark that fast.
Too many logs up there, man. I mean, that's crazy. That's dangerous. You hit one of them logs and smack a hole in your boat, you're done.
I've come up through there in the night when it's a bright night and you can see real good and there ain't nobody else on the water. And, you know, I run pretty keen up through there, but you can see. But if there's other boats on the water and you see their lights, shoot, I slow down, I idle past them, you know.
Sign of respect. Some people have it, some people don't.
Unless you're one of them, what's them things called? Those kayakers that rowboats that there's like 10 people in a boat and they're racing, pedaling.
Oh, you're talking about that, what are they, canoes or whatever?
Yeah, where they put in down there and they race them. What are those called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm having a brain fart this morning. He said, which pontoon did Eric and Curtis get? I thought Jason sold his last boat to Kelly. Son, Jason changes boats like he changes underwear.
Yeah, he just bought another pontoon boat after he sold the one he just got.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it and trade my boat, the tracker, to it, but I don't know, man. I'm just fond of that tracker, man.
I like pontoon. It's got more room and
Well, I'm not.
be able to put the grill out there.
Don't get me wrong, them pontoons are awesome.
Maybe
But
get a little mini fridge out there.
damn, It's what a cooler's for, son.
You're gonna basically turn it into a RV on tunes. Get an air mattress to throw out there. Then when
Uh,
Curtis goes to sleep, I'll put you off the
oh, Jim, he's got a
side.
24-foot. He takes a deer blind. He bought him a 3-person deer blind. And he'll put that deer blind up there, and it'll hold a couple of cots to sleep on. And at night, we just roll up the sides, keep the dew off of you off the top. Plus, he's got that big bimini top. Man, I'll tell you what, you can stay out there all night.
We were thinking about doing that when we go to the gathering, thinking about just putting a tent on the boat.
But you'll really enjoy having a pontoon. I mean, I'm sure I would. But I could take that tractor in the current and that trolling motor, that Rover trolling motor, something will hold 2 solid days, with them good batteries I got from a good friend. And I'm slowly taking my time. I'm putting things around. I've moved seats around. I've making more room in different places and taking seats out. And I need to go buy a piece of plywood, marine grade plywood or whatever, or change the front decking out to a better looking piece. I mean, this one's still stout. It's just fugly. But hey, it's a catfish boat. I don't care,
It was nice to finally put some slime on that boat this weekend.
I backed mine up here in the driveway the other night, all the way up against the fence, where I can sit here at the back deck and I can look over and see the back of the boat. We had that birthday party, and I guess I'd lost a couple shad down in a hole. They was all sitting out there on the back deck going, "What the hell is that smell? Is that damn boat? You need to
That's
watch
a
it."
smell of victory.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know. I did go out there and put on a rubber glove and dig them out.
Man,
But it's a catfish boat. It's a 2002 or whatever Pro Deep V Tracker 16, and it's a catfish boat. It ain't a pretty thing. It ain't meant to be pretty. It's meant to catch catfish. I just can't do it all the time the way I want to do it. Motor runs good. Got a good trolling motor. Got a decent fish finder on it. I just wish I had a live well on it where I could try to fish a couple of tournaments. And Taylorsville's got a couple of nighttime tournaments that's coming up. And they require you to have a 50-gallon or better live well. Which I understand that. I mean, you want the best hellfowl fish to make it last as long as you can, nobody wants to kill a fish. I wouldn't do it if I didn't have one. So I started to put a toolbox on there, but I like that much for one to fit. 1 inch for one to fit in front of the console. And I ain't putting it in the back of the boat.
yeah, you don't want a lot of weight in the back when you're pulling it,
Well, that I don't want to put the weight in the back of the boat when you can't plane out. You're just putting too much weight back there, too much water. I've seen people do it, and man, I didn't like it when they like 2 inches of water coming over. I was like, man, that's stupid. Well, there ain't no traffic out here. Well, there might be, and if there is, you're gonna be paying the price. But the biggest difference, Eric, that now that you got that big pontoon, is to work on getting you one of them Tarova spot lock trolling motors, buddy.
Yeah. In fact, we want to get a bigger motor for when we get big to the Mustang River in the hot down to the high.
Yeah.
Right now, it's only got 9.9 on it.
Sun's wanting to poke out here now and get warm.
Yep, I got the air conditioner cranking.
It's 65 degrees in the house, but I'm outside. This is where I spend majority of my time, right here on this back porch, huh?
Don't blame you.
Cooler full of refrigerator full of beers, only like 10 steps away.
Yeah, you need to put your fridge out on the back porch.
I thought we're going to try to put a roof over it. I'm going to put me a little bar right here somewhere. I got to extend my deck out like 8 feet that way. Daggone, man, the price of lumber is. There he is, y'all. I said Buckman. Somebody needs to text Buckman. Tell him I'm live, because if not, he'll be wanting to come down here and sweat on me while he's beating my ass.
You can't wait to take Bugman out here.
Man, I ain't had a live. I ain't really watched no YouTube. I just being me, man, hanging out back here, and I got Emmy a lot here lately again, and I don't have her today because she's got a doctor's appointment her mama took her to, and her 2-year checkup. And they're still making her take iron pills that are iron. She's got an iron deficiency.
Give her some peanut butter crackers. A lot of peanut butter. A lot of iron in peanut butter.
You see someone imitating Lee. I don't know. Ain't nobody imitate this big dummy catfish dog. The catfish dog is James, right?
Catfish dog, that's Tim.
Tim.
Mm-hmm.
See, I ain't been around enough. I forget. That's old fart getting the memory burn out. One of these days I'll be able to get away. I'm dying here. Oh, come on then, Bugman. Come on, we'll go fishing tonight. Because I am going tonight, whether Amy says I can or not.
You got bait?
Nah. Hey, buddy.
That's the number one thing when you go fishing. Make sure you got bait.
I got a
But
bait.
you can always,
And
stop the store. Chicken work.
I got chicken. But this time of year, right now, where I plan on fishing at, never really had no luck with chicken down there. Every now and then you'll catch one. But man, I went down there the other day and we was catching crappie. There's no size limit of crappie down there. You can only keep 30 per person, but we was catching crappie about that long. And bluegill, and I seen some shad darting from the light like that. And I was like, I didn't have a net.
Yeah, I ended up.
Right.
I was throwing the lure, ended up catching, I think it was like 10.5 inches crappie.
He said, I'm Tim. I live in East Central Illinois. Okay, yeah. I don't know. Man, I was thinking, ain't there somebody else named Catfish Dog? Or...
Oh, there's only one catfish dog, and he likes doing commercials on Friday nights on Jody's. Pretty funny.
Is Lee in witness protection or something? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Catfish incognito. Hiding from them some guns. That's the way I feel like it is anyway. Catfish Dog is Tim Redenbaugh. You remember that name. He does rent a fish. James is cool. Cool Cats is one. Damn it. That's what I'm thinking of. See, too many K's. Too many K's. What the heck is that? Nice. Dang it, boy. You don't see that? Nah, you can't see. There's a glare shit on it.
What is it?
Uncle Lou sent a picture of a big old catfish caught up there.
Uncle Lou fishing. I thought he just made planter boards.
Y'all, we got a friend of ours, and he's going through the Big D, and he has a 2022 to 2000 late 21 or 22 camper tag along. It's 19 foot long, or 18 or 19. It has $8,000 when he bought it of upgrades, floorings, plumbing, heating, cooking. I mean, $8,000 worth of upgrades. Brakes. He had different brakes put on it. And the man is trying to sell it right now, and a person can get it for $22,500 right now. I mean, the thing, it'll easily go for $30,000. Easy.
Is it a fifth wheel?
No, it's just a tag along behind it. It's got the upgraded generator built in. I mean, it's fat. I mean, when he done it right, son, he done it right. 51-pound flatties are bumping. Woo! Lord, children. I think the last two fish I caught one was about 11 pounds and the other was about 6. And that's it.
That's one I caught was 15 minutes after the live. It was the 16 pounds and some ounces.
But it's getting that time of the year. I think, September, October, man, I love it at night. I love it at night.
Not dealing with that big yellow thing in the sky.
Well, old Jim went down to Tennessee over the last week for 2 days, and he had to fight the wind so bad. But he said at night, he said, I'm going to tell you right now, he said the mayflies was an inch deep on his light, his stern light. He said, if you turn the light on, he said, they swarm you like a swarm of bees. He said, we had 4 hours of fishing, and it was the only bites we had. They say this week's been tough. Yeah, I heard it's been tough around everybody everywhere. Catching any bigger fish. There's been a lot of small fish caught. I think J-Dog them had on Tara's Live the other night. Didn't they have like 26, 27 fish?
We ended up on the live with 31, but one of them was a gar. That was one deep top.
I mean, not no major big fish, but that's a lot of fish. But you got to look. There's a lot of people scattered around the country to get that. Should have been triple that.
Biggest fish was one Curtis got, 22 pounds.
I have to go back and watch that then.
It was 4 hours and 44 minutes into the live.
All right, because I want to see Curtis go good. Got it, Curtis.
I seen the rod doing this number, so I turned the camera over there. And next thing you know, I went, whoop.
Good deal.
That's the only bad thing about having the pontoon. It don't have no helm or nothing on it. So I had to mount the camera right to my chair. So it was like too close up on the rod, so you could only see so many rods. Well, we're only allowed to have 6, and that's all we had.
You got rails all the way around that thing.
My luck, I'd stick that phone on that rail, and then that rail would go. Whoop. I'm not trying to be Lee Evans and lose the phone in the water.
Hey, buddy. I not only did it once. I not only did it twice. I not only did it 3 times, but I did it 4 times.
Yeah, I'm not trying to lose the phone. Anything ain't cheap.
And you know what's really bad about it? Is you get a phone call on your new phone from your old phone.
Fish calling you?
Yeah. His name was Flathead.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, hello, I'm calling Lee Evans. Blah, 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 blah.
Or you need to add minutes to this phone so I can call my other friends at my other lakes.
Yo, Flatty. And he said, I'm telling everybody not to bite down here. Because you use an Android, you need to go to Apple. He said, that way
Yeah,
we can
Bob,
open
see,
live. We can tell everybody not to bite. And keep them.
seen way too many people dropping phones in the water. I'm not trying to be one of those people.
Well, if you got a good phone holder, you don't have to worry about that problem. So go ahead and spend the money on a good phone holder. Don't go to Walmart and buy you a cheapie that just squeezes together.
Yeah, mine's the one I use. I call it a T-Rex.
Well, you're on a pontoon now. You can get you a tripod, and you can put
Yeah.
your tripod up. You know.
I was thinking about that. Get a tire tripod and get a
Even if it does fall,
rotor.
it's going to hit
Get
the
one of
water.
them rotors. I'll get a rotor. Put it on put the pole into the middle of the rotor. JB weld it, and you never have to worry about it falling either, because I don't think anything's going to knock over a big heavy rotor.
I don't know. I think J Dog used a rotor for anchor one time.
Figure something out.
Rotor, it was the whole hub, hub assembly.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it didn't go nowhere. He said PVC pipe works good. Yeah, I know, Uncle Lou. You can make mounts that can't fall, that won't fall backwards. Put them on that rail, bolt it to it. But even if they do fall or anything, it falls forward. You'll figure it out. That's what we was talking about earlier. You'll figure it out. You'll put stuff around that changes the way I ain't even got a phone holder on that boat right now. That's the one I had on there. I broke by accident. Big old boat come by and I wasn't prepared to stagger around.
Just take time to get used to. It's different.
Yeah, when I first got this tracker, I'm gonna tell you now, I've been in it. I was in it a lot and everything else. But when you're out there by yourself and you're on big water like the Ohio River or these big, big lakes and stuff where there's big boats that go by, it's different. It takes some getting used to. But now, man, I take it right up, son. I'll take it in places that other people say, God, man, I wouldn't do that. Well, I know what I can do and what I can't do. And I always wear a life jacket if you think of anything dangerous. Never, if you're in doubt, you need to have it on.
Yep.
I think Greenwells has something he made out of galvanized. Yeah, ask Greenwell what he made. You might be able to just get you some pipes, Lowe's or
All
something.
right, I'll be right back. I gotta go drop these two tires off.
Where's Murillo at? He's all up in here this morning, all yippee-ki-yay, mother trucker. Now he ain't even saying a word. Well, Tristan come up and spent the night outside. I'm going to put his little ass to mowing today. He likes about 19, so 20. He likes about 30 days, y'all. He's going to be shipping out of here. Somewhere in that range. September 19th. Shipping out of the boot camp. Said, I'm so lonely, so freaking lonely. I got some more to clean out the fence row up there. Got 2 more little trees to cut down. I got to trim some trees, limbs out of that tree that's growing over my shed. I'm going to rub a hole in the roof if I ain't careful. It's a metal roof, but y'all know as well as I do. He said, what? Was just going to ask that. Ask what? Did I? Oh, you're talking about Tristan. Oh, he's going into the guard. He's switched around again, going into the guard. Well, for one thing, the guard offered more college incentive than the regular army. And he knows the commander up here pretty well. And that guy was going to find him an on-base job when he gets back. So that's what's, there's like 3 or 4 big factories up there that make parts for the Apache helicopters and stuff. They just assemble the parts, control boards and stuff like that. They run the wiring and assemble all that, and then they ship them out of there to another place on the other side of Lexington called it's a Army depot too called Avon, and that's where they Apaches come in on the train. The boards are all assembled, and the Apaches are sent out somewhere else for something else. So. But and they make seat brackets, they make door brackets, they install windshields. I mean, so there's all kinds of job opportunities there for good money. I mean, good retirement too. So they are a little harder on the guard guys and basics than the RA guys. Probably, wouldn't doubt it. But I believe he can handle it. The only thing I'm worried about is his physical ability. He's lost a lot of weight. He's lost almost, I'd say, right at 50 pounds since he first started doing all that. We all got on that good eating, and man, Amy and him still doing it, but I kind of slid off the wagon there, Eric. When I go to the grocery store, I slip in a little Debbie cakes and potato chips and bacon and stuff that you really ain't supposed to have.
What? You're not supposed to have bacon. Forget that.
Not on my diet, but I do. And it ain't turkey bacon. Whoever eats turkey bacon got a nasty, nasty, nasty taste palate. Well, should I go in and make me another cup of coffee? It's break time, Eric.
Yeah. No, we're not allowed to smoke in the truck. So, might have stopped, smoke a cigarette. Oh well. They don't want us smoking in the truck. Gonna take you a longer day because I gotta have a cigarette or I'm gonna be road raging.
I listened to a guy the other day that was on the radio, and he was talking about 20 years ago, you could smoke a cigarette anywhere you wanted to, but you couldn't smoke dope. It's flipped now where you can smoke dope anywhere you want to, but you can't smoke a damn cigarette anywhere you want to.
Makes no sense. I know somebody on this morning was talking about they're going to be having lockdowns again. New variants of this coronavirus.
See, wait. I was here at this birthday party all weekend, and he started feeling sick yesterday, and he went to the doctor, and he tested positive for COVID.
Crazy.
And Kimberly, that's a little girl that they know that she works up there that they know. I know her, but not well. But she works up there at that COVID place. She says by October, we'll be back on full restrictions again. She said by the end of October, she said we'll be back on full restrictions again because of this new variant that's getting everybody sick. But they told Wade he didn't have to quarantine, didn't tell none of us because we was around him. Nothing. I said, well, no wonder it's spreading. If somebody tests positive right there, you ought to say, hey, keep your ass at home.
14 days.
But they told him he could go to work, go do whatever he wants to do. But his work told him to take 5 days.
Yeah.
Heard him say on Hog Leg they would expect lockdowns in September or November. Well, she said in October.
Yep.
You know, it is what it is. We can't control nothing because we voted how we voted, how the majority voted or cheated or however you want to say it. So it ain't his fault, but he's part of the problem. And they gonna keep on till they put the main man where he won't be able to do shiznit. The whole U of L is smoke free. They can actually U of I. Yeah, I know it, dog. I heard about that. Illinois has got a gun ban too. That's so stupid. I can't carry my gun from there to through there. I don't think, unless I stop and kill somebody. Hey, I'm packing a gun. I'm going to be driving down this interstate, crossing your state. I don't know. They got some kind of jacked up laws up there. And what about that one guy that posted on his Facebook page? Hey, the president's coming to town. I need to get the old dust off the old sniper rifle. Well, they ended up shooting and killing him. The FBI did.
Yep, they shot and killed him.
I mean, when I was raised up, it didn't make no difference who the president of the United States was. You didn't say nothing bad against the president like you was going to go do things to him or whatever. It was against the
It froze up again. Yeah, they're trying to take all our guns away from us. Trying to take all our rights, it seems like.
out here.
Say it's a free country. There's again.
Oh, there's Michael Murillo. Home and daddy of the blonde bomber. Yeah, semi-automatic weapons. You can't own a semi-automatic weapon. It's stupid. But I do think, why do you have need to have in your house a round? I mean, I know it's your right. I ain't got no problem with that. It's your right to own it. But why would you have to have need of owning an assault style rifle with a 56 round banana clip in it? If I can't get them in the first 5 or 6, by God, they done got my ass.
Yep.
And I think if you own one of them, you should only be able to go shoot it at a gun range. If you get caught shooting it out of a gun range, then you can be, I don't know. It's each to their own. It's why it's America. It's, we're free to a point. almost say what you want to say. You can almost own what you want to own. Almost do what you want to do, but almost. So the government fares with the people, not the other way around. Yes, that is true. Next year, she wants to do baseball and softball both. Hey, did you watch the Little League girl? That girl from Tennessee now, she's tough. I've been watching the Little League.
Baseball.
I know that. I mean, Lou, I think if anybody owns one, my son come up with an idea. You can own any gun you want to own. But if it's an automatic and you have those big old clips and armor piercing bullets and all that, that gun, even though you own it, go to the gun range, rent a locker, keep the thing there. And when you want to go shoot it, you go in there, you sign the gun out, you go out there and you shoot the shit out of it. When you get done, you clean it, you put it back in the locker, and you go home. That way, that gun that's an automatic is loaded up and safe in a safe there. I was like, I don't know if that would solve a problem or not, because the whole point is owning what you want to own. I see that. But, it can, I don't know. I know it. I watched I know it, Lou. He reached 81 at one time. I watched the Junior League Championship last night with Michigan and Chinese Taipei. And Chinese Taipei put the ass whooping on them, son. But most of them kids from the Michigan team and the Chinese Taipei team were in the Little League World Series a couple years ago. That's weird. Best gun I have is an old M1 in mint condition. I'm shoot a human at 50 yards. Well, how you know it shoot a human at 150 yard buggy? Tried that son of a bitch out. You're supposed to say it shoots at 150 yards. Don't say it shoots a human. Damn. Yeah, they start up at 11 o'clock today, Lou. The Little League games do, I think. He said, I've got an M12 buggy. Great grandpa loaded me up before he died. I'm not saying guns should be banned. I just think they need to. I don't know. There's some really good liars out there. Really good liars.
I always said I think you should have a minimum evaluation of the gun. That's
It's hard to, vet people. That'd be the word to do is vet people in before they buy them. Before you get on an airplane, you're vetted. Before you leave the country and come back in, you're vetted. Why should you have a grenade launcher? Because I can. I understand that. But do you need it? I need a lot of things, but I don't have them. And I don't knock nobody that can afford to go get it. More power to them if they can afford to go spend.
breaks up again.
Man, I can't get over the service out here. But y'all know me when I'm up here talking every morning. If I'm online chit chatting with you, talking, and we talk about anything and everything. We usually don't get political because I can't stand that bullshit. But each and every American has the right to believe and do as they choose. Say what they want to say because that old saying, sticks and stones may break my bone, but your words will never hurt me. I'm a firm believer in that. Yeah, people have ups and downs in their life. We just live with it and go on. So there's a telephone pole up there in this backyard. It's one of them big high tensile tower poles. It's probably like 120 foot tall. There's a woodpecker built a hole in the side of it. He goes in and out of it. They came through about a year and a half ago. They put a bunch of them holes up there and they filled them up with something and put metal plates on them. Wonder how old that damn tree was that made that big telephone pole. And you know what's weird is people think about when they talk and think about stuff that most of them are thinking locally or regionally. They don't realize that this is a huge, huge world we live in. Millions, billions of flies and mosquitoes. Trillions. I think every one of them's landing here. Well, Eric, we've made it an hour and 53 minutes on this one. I'm going to stay about 2 hours and I'm going to get off here. And nobody wants to chit chat with us. All right, Buggy. We'll see you, buddy. Be safe. Stay in touch. Look at them cornfields, baby. Watch for deer.
No, they're not. They're not like them deer down there in Kentucky. They're pretty stupid. They like to run out in front of you. I killed one on 8 when I was leaving J Dog's house. That weekend we came down there.
Oh, did you hit one?
Yeah, I hit one.
Didn't tear your truck up?
But the biggest, just one of the baby ones, but it didn't make it.
Lou, I will. If you promise me you'll come up and talk to me tomorrow on the line. I'll do it tomorrow. If things work out right. You know, I might go fishing tonight and stay out all night and not feel like doing it. I'm wanting to go fishing tonight. Really, 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 really bad. I mean, my batteries are charged, the boat's rearranged and ready to go. I mean, I'm ready to go. That son of a bitch is ready to hook up and move on. Got gas, got oil. I just got to get Tristan to mow this yard today. Oh, I ain't doing nothing to it today, other than I've been done all I'm gonna do to it this morning. I might fool around with it a little bit here and there. And as far as everything else, I done got the house chores pretty much done. The kitchen's clean before I even done all this. I do got some laundry I got to do. I think I'll start that and go fishing and tell Tristan, hey, you can do the washer and dryer for me? But, hey, let me show you something, Eric. If you can see it. I don't know. Oh,
Screen was black. Can't see nothing now. Leave service again. Tab. Yeah.
I exited out myself. You know, I got to do it at least one time. Lou said he showed you how you can disappear. No, I want to show you this. Look here, I got a disco ball out here on the deck, son. That way I can turn around and say, "Hey, the party's right here." Lord, children, get back loaded. Why does that thing want to start up for? I just turned you off. That computer. How far is your next delivery?
28 minutes.
How many you got today?
I think I got 6 left. I never had many today. Just one's all the way. The one I just went to, all the way down 2 hours. 2 hours away from the warehouse.
Dang, that's a haul.
That's what I do all day. Drive around, drop tires off, and roll them. Boring.
Hey, I did order off Temu though. I ordered me some sabiki rigs. Hey, they work. They's cheap.
Chibu?
Yeah,
No, I'm gonna have to add you then.
I think there's only like $3 a piece or $2 a piece or something. I got 4 of them for $12. So I got different colors. I got red and gold on one. I got white and red on another one. I got blue and white, and then I got a solid white one. But they work.
I've never been real good at using jigs, but we didn't have no worms or nothing with us Saturday, so I tied on the jig to a bobber and kind of got that crappie. That's all we caught. Besides me throwing the cast in, catching a few shad.
Well, don't order the cast nets off of there because I ordered
I
one
already
off
did.
there, and
They
they
suck.
ain't worth a nickel. Well, the cast net itself is good, but they don't have enough weight.
Yeah, they have no lead on. One I have, I didn't pay for it, you know.
They don't have enough lead on them to make them sink. I
No, I
struggled with it.
got one from Walmart. It's only a 4-footer.
You need to leave the minimum 6 foot.
I'm not very good at catch throwing it. I mean, I've gotten a lot better than what I used to.
Well, it's time to move up to a 6-footer, and you'll get used to it. Man, I can remember I struggled. Lou and J-Dog, I used to set them up on the front of the boat and under the carport, and they would tell me how to throw it out into the yard. And I sat and throwed. So I finally thought I had it, and then when I get on the water, it's a little different when you're standing up on the bow of the boat and you're throwing one. It's a little different because you're going out and down.
Pontoon boat, I tell you that.
You got more room. It's easier.
Ain't worried about falling off the side of the boat.
But you get used to it. Before you realize, I'm already starting to think I need to move up to 8 or 10 footer, you know.
Yeah.
But that's a completely different way to throw one when you start moving up into the 10-foot range. But you cover more area.
Yep.
Practice,
I still,
practice, Lou said.
I think they see the shadow of that thing before it hits the water, and they scatter.
Well, from the way I understand it, now I could be wrong, but from the way I understand it, the way J Dog and everybody else, when I've been on there watching them throw the net and, throwing it myself now, shad, when that water net hits the water, they don't shoot left to right or forward or backwards. They go down. Well, if you got a fast sinking net, then that's when you get them because they go straight down. The bluegill and crappie and crap like that, they run from side to side. That's my understanding. I could be wrong on that. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. I mean, boy, that was hard to say. God, that was hard to say. But, I've also seen to notice that, you'll catch bluegill, the bigger net you have, the more bluegill you're going to get. Unless it lands right on top of them in shallow water. I mean, well, I've learned so much from these people on YouTube that I was in knowledge overload. But I backed it off and went simple again, and I'm having more fun at it. I'm having more fun fishing. You're trying to do a live, and you're trying to fish, you're trying to catch bait, you're trying to do a live, you're trying to read chat. Just too much shit goes on, and you lose your focus on fishing.
Yep. That's why I enjoy every time we go. It's always me and my brother. But it's not, it's difficult. I try to get somebody to read chat for us. That way we're not trying to focus on the phone. But the person to read chat can tell us what everybody's saying.
Shoot, you see how I do it. I put it up there, and if somebody wants to come in and read chat, they read it. If not, I'll read what I can and shoot the shit with the rest of it.
Yeah. You want to end this? If you want to end it, I can pull over and turn it off.
Nah, you don't have to pull over. I can just end you out. I can kick you out.
Yeah.
All I got to do is click that. It'll end your part of it.
I still got
But I'm just hanging out. I'm trying to put off what I got to go finish up. But practice the cast netting, get more used to the boat you're driving. You'll understand more with the wind and using it in the wind and stuff like that, and then current. The more you're out in it, the better off you'll be. You'll figure it out. Because you'll do something one time and you'll say, "Daggone, why did I do it like that?" Next time that opportunity comes on, you'll say, "Hey, I done that right there. I ain't gonna do it like that." I bought a brand new cast net off Temu. I mean, brand spanking new one. I bet I went through this year alone. I probably went through about 8 or 10 of them. Took it to Taylorsville with me. See the shad. I mean, you see the shad. Just little schools of them. Throw out there. I don't know. I throw 3 or 4 times. I got probably 8 or 9 good sized shad. I'm talking 5 or 6 inchers, and then throwed it out there and got 4 or 5 bluegill about that long, 3 or 4 inch bluegill. Then 2 good shad is probably 10, 12 inches long. Then she hung up. And then when they hang up, they ain't no getting it out. So I wrapped it around a cleat, and backed out. Started the big motor and backed out. You just hear it ripping. And when it comes to the top, only half the net was together.
was thinking about ordering one of them ones like Art had out there. I was thinking about ordering one of them. It's got like that frisbee thing in it. It's supposed to have spread. I was thinking about getting one of them.
What is it?
Art did a video of it. I can't remember the name of them. They're cast nets, and they got this like thing in the middle of it. It's like
Oh,
looks
the
like a
hoop.
frisbee.
Yeah, the hoop.
I can't think what they're
I,
called. Art
yeah,
did a video on one of them.
yeah. I don't know. I guess if somebody sent me one, I'd probably use it, but I wouldn't buy one. I don't know. I'm old school like that, I guess. I learned to use this one and just that way. I mean, it's like I've learned to use bait casters now, and I've done got so used to using bait casters that I can't hardly.
Yeah, back in the day, normally the old clothes baits, you know, the 404s, stuff like that. They never used another bait caster until I started getting in this catfish family and started using them.
I
I
know
like them now.
my PC funds, son, are just about wore out. I mean, they've lasted a couple of years, so they were worth the $49, you know. But I think if I got to buy any more, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. They're just
I
about
like
wore
the
out.
ancient mariners. Something about them I like. They work.
Well, I've never had no Ancient Mariners, so I don't know. I know J Dog liked them, but I
Well,
just never.
I'm on that slime cat rod on Mike's thousand, big Mike's thousand thing giveaway. So I went out and bought that green ancient mariner, put on it. Looks good. So think
Morning,
about
Brandon.
getting a blue one to put on my Uncle Lou instead of that PC fun. I don't really care for that one.
Well, if you got a PC Fun 40, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, they're too small. They will wear out. My PC Fun 40 wore out within a year, but the 50 and the 60, they've held up pretty good. I mean, they're still all right. I can tell the difference now. Things are, you know.
I think it's a 50.
I mean, it's like anything else. You get what you pay for. I mean,
Yep.
so I'll be getting the cheap shit again, probably.
Yep. If you can afford, I mean,
I figure one a month, I'll have them rebuilt back up to where I have the other stuff. I mean, I've got a couple of those Penn Rivals that's up in the building that they lasted and they were used when I got them, but they lasted a while, but I don't know, they wore
Curtis
out.
got one of them bait casters off that Temu. He can't stand it. He don't like it already.
I've got me one of them little 95-cent ones they advertise on there. I
Yeah.
ordered it. It came in. That's what I put braid on it. That's what I use for my
Bait rod.
bait rod for skipjack and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing it wrong by putting braid on it, but I put braid on it.
I'm not a fan of braid. I like my mono, and I like the mono. I like Andy line. Seems like Andy line's got a smaller diameter than the big game line.
Well, as far as Berkeley big game, I don't think you can go wrong on any of it.
Yeah.
I mean, plus it's a little cheaper, it seems like. It's probably more popular because it's in Walmarts and stuff. But if you can afford the other line, you know, I don't blame nobody for buying it. If that's what you want, you know.
Here's what you pay for it.
I put my glasses on. He's I can't see. Gonna be on a bit. That thing called order from Rob Blank. I don't know, Lou. You know me. I liable to just shut her down at any time. I got things I need to be doing. But I'm too lazy. I'd turn around and go spend $260 on a daggone push mower. Put my dry belt on my riding lawn mower. Mowed my yard one time and it broke again. So I got it parked over there and I ain't even gonna fix it. The motor's good on it, so I'll probably end up trying to get rid of it. Where my push mower broke down at the end of the driveway. And I just left it sitting right there. The wheel broke off of it. I mean, completely big hole in the side of the frame. I mean, there was no fixing it. The wheel broke off, so I just left it sitting right there and went straight to Walmart and bought another mower. And when I come back, somebody done stopped, picked up that damn push mower.
Reach up again. Upstairs.
Hang on, I'll be right back. Oh. Gosh, you made me
All right. Got chat up, so I can't read the chat.
la 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 la. Lee's World. Oh, sorry, y'all. Rod blanks, you say? Ooh. Hey, I got an Uncle Lou Rod that's got Peyronie's disease. End up going, slow down on cigarettes. Well, Eric, I think I'll go ahead and end her out of here. Get my yard mowed.
Hey, they're putting the Buc-ee's in Dayton, Ohio.
Are they?
Yeah.
They going nationwide, ain't they?
Hey, hopefully, I'd like for them to put one in Lancaster. I love their Florida game, which I had.
You know, they built one in Gatlinburg, Tennessee down there.
Yeah.
And I thought for sure that it would lighten the load on this one up here.
I didn't think they would put one up here to the sheets.
Bucky's, they can hold their own. Because I didn't think that this one would still be as crowded as it was. You know, you drive 2 hours south to Sevierville, Tennessee, and they got one down there that's bigger than this one. This one's freaking huge. But I'm gonna tell you what, it don't make no difference what time of day, what day of the week it is. That place is freaking packed. And their gas is always 15 cents cheaper than anybody else. They don't advertise their gas on the side of the road either. They don't have a sign out there that says gas prices. They just got a Buc-ee's sign. You don't know the price of gas till you pull up to the pump.
First time we ever seen one, I was like, man, that's what the Walmart of gas stations.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's 120 pumps, and that's 2 pumps on each thing. So that's 240 fuel lines.
Yeah, you better remember your pump number before you go in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see it, you know.
All right, Tom, we appreciate you coming in, buddy. I didn't kick him out. I don't know where he went. There he is. Eric, I'm out of here, buddy.
All right, I only got 10 minutes for the next stop.
All
Go ahead
right.
and kick me out.
Hey, you be careful out there, man. Stay in touch. I might see
I'm
y'all
worried
tomorrow.
about the other nuts today myself.
All right. We'll see you, everybody. Can I do that? He gone.